So sometimes what happens if you sometimes do a curve, and I'm gonna deselect that. I'm gonna select that control curve again. So there it is. And sometimes those curves will reverse direction as well. So if I go to edit NURBS and I'm going to reverse that surface direction, and with that selected I'm going to surface planar. Well, that worked now too. Sometimes it won't work, and if that is the case and you're not going to have a surface that's the right direction, if it doesn't fill in a hole, you can try to do that. Just try reversing the direction of the curve. I'm curious to see if we go to display normals. Yeah, those are pointing the right way now. So before, let's undo that. If I were to go and reverse direction again, so edit reverse surface direction, and then go do the planar loft, and then we have that, and let's just display and go to NURB normals. Well, it seems to be working in this case here. The normals are pointing in the right direction, but that is something that you need to sometimes be aware of. Now, as long as I have you here, I'm going to turn this off. Polygons, no NURBs. I'm going to make sure that those are turned off. I'm going to show you another way that you could have done this. The reason why I'm going to show you is because these surfaces here that you just made, and if you notice, I made this surface and it centers on 0, 0 of the grid, so I can modify and center pivot, but that's not connected, and you're going to have to maybe connect that later. You don't have to really, but that's something that you're going to probably want to do eventually. The other thing you're going to want to do eventually is to take your NURB and modify and convert NURB to polys, and I'm going to make it like, oh, I don't know, 400, and make sure that it's quads, and let's just apply that, and you have a poly surface here. That's probably best to work with. Well, that's fine. That'll work, but again, you still have a separate surface here that you're going to have to connect, and it could cause you some weird problems. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just take this curve here that you've got, and I'm going to duplicate it. That's this this shape curve that you did the extrude to, and let's just grab that, and I'm going to turn this off too. That's getting kind of real distracting. Display NURBs, NURB normals. Okay, there we go. So I have a new curve here, and I'm going to create a polygon. So I'm going to polygon primitive. Let's just do a plane. Let's bring it out here, and let's just take this plane, and we're going to just shape it a little bit. I'm going to do this very quickly. I don't want to spend a lot of time showing you this. This is just a little extra little bonus thing that you may want to try and do. I'm going to just quickly just kind of shape this into a similar shape that you made, without going into too much detail here. I'm going to just kind of shape this here like that, so you get the basic idea. Okay, so we have a shape here. It's not exactly like this one here. You may want to spend a little bit more time shaping this, but what we have is a polygon. We're back into object mode, and so what I'm trying to do is recreate this NURB shape that you made, but I'm just using a polygon. So now I'm going to position this polygon, and I'm going to turn it 90 degrees here and 90 degrees on the X. like that, and I'm going to position the polygon right up against that curve there, and we can again, we can mess around with the shape here. So we have a polygon plane, and then I'm going to select that curve that we have there, just like that. Let's go into the polygon menu set. Is it mesh? Is it edit? No, it's edit mesh. Extrude. And it extruded. Now you're going, well, that didn't work. Well, actually it did work. The only reason why it didn't work is that I have an extrude. Well, it only extruded one section. Control Z. Let's just undo that. Let's do the extrude again. Edit mesh. Extrude. The option box, it's only making one division. Let's just make it 50, just for the heck of it. And there you go. And you just made your slide shape, not quite like your slide shape that you did there, but it's similar. But another way you can do that, I'm going to redo that again. Let's go to Edit Mesh Extrude. Let's put that back down to one division, extrude it, and you're going, oh man, that didn't work at all. Well, if you go into your history here, there's in the history section of the poly extrude, you will see divisions here, and you can change those divisions to your liking. I'm just middle mouse dragging, or you can type in a value, and it's going to have 25 divisions there. And then Control Z. And I think I don't have faces together. Let's just see what happened here. And we go to object mode. And what's going on here is that I didn't keep faces together. So let's just undo that. And we're going to do this extrude one more time. Edit mesh, extrude, and we're going to check before we do the extrude, keep faces together. What happens is that it extruded all of those polygons separately, so I'm going to make sure that keep faces together is checked. Let's do the extrude. We're in smooth mode. Let's go back down to our channel box here, divisions, and let's just make that 25 or so divisions. And when we do a smooth on it, you can see that we can get a nice looking shape that's easier to work with. I prefer polygons to NURBs. Some people like NURBs. It's really up to you. But there's a couple of ways that you could have done this NURB shape here, and either fill in the hole, fill in the end there, or you could just do using a polygon and do it that way.